Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that good? Welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Right for the true and the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every girl, rubber rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio.
Enjoying Sweep the League TV? Don't keep it to yourself. Share with friends and let them join the fun.
Hi, it's Sherilyn and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Welcome back to Sweep the League. It's the Thirsty Thursday edition, I guess, but it's our Thursday Pick'em show. It's going to be myself, Hall of Famer Derek Gervin. See if Gio can stop by, but if not, we'll get our picks in tonight. We're going to basically go over week 2 of the NFL. We're going to go through the top 25 games in NCAA football, so we're going to make our picks. Hopefully we can get them right, but if we don't, you know what? You listen to us, that's your fault, so best case scenario is don't listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about here half the time anyway, unless you're Derek talking about the Miami Hurricanes, and you definitely listen to Derek because like I've been saying and Gio's been saying, he's the man when it comes to the ACC. So we're going to get into all that kind of talk as well. And also we've got another Rudy Rant. I had the same rant on Twitter and social media about a few months ago. I got the same damn rant again. I've got to get on myself, but we'll see if Gio's going to come in. It's going to be Hall of Famer Derek Gervin joining me right now. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, Special Leaf, La Cocina Taco Truck, and Castro Sun Solar. I'll shout out to Locked On Spurs. I will be on tomorrow's Locked On Spurs with Jack Thompson and also with Jeff Garcia. It's a fun-filled, crowded room. We talked about some pretty good bets. So stay tuned for that for Locked On Spurs tomorrow with Jeff Garcia, myself, and Jack Thompson. Let's go ahead and bring on the Hall of Famer himself, and we're going to ask him how it's feeling because we are, I believe, at a month away before the ceremony. So let's bring him on here right now. It's Hall of Famer Derek Gervin. Derek, what is up, man? How you doing on this Thursday?
I'm doing fine. How about you? Everything's going well, and yeah, I'm getting excited day by day as we get closer to my event in October 18th.
Yeah, it's the weekend of October 18th, I believe. I got the email from UTSA, and they said they've got some activities for you guys that are going to be participating in. You're going to be at the football game. They're going to honor you guys, I guess, the middle of the field during the football game. They've got some other stuff coming up, so it's going to be a fun time. UTSA Hall of Fame. You know, it's right around the corner, man. You got the 10-minute speech. I'm gonna call Vegas, and I'm gonna see what number they've got you on the odds, for the speech. So, what do you think the number is gonna be on the speech there?
Oh, for me, very low. I don't plan on giving a big speech, if at all. And if I do get an opportunity to give one, I just want to thank the university for believing in me from the beginning, and my teammates, of course. So, my head coach is no longer here, but my assistant coaches are still alive. So I wanted to just commend those guys, and hopefully it'll be something short and sweet.
No worries, man. We're gonna see if we can get the time frame on that. What is up, Joel Cologne? Good evening, gentlemen. Coach Gio is gonna be joining us here in just a second. Chris Lehi, MCS General Contracting, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Shout out to Chris Lehi. Says, "What is up? What is up, everyone? No feelings, only chaos." That's how we're running things at Sweep the League. So we're gonna have a no feelings rant here in just a minute. I've got one of my famous Rudy rants, and I've done it before. I'm gonna do it again. Tar Heels soccer parent to Tim Gonzalez. That's not the case this year. ASU and Texas State are in the battle. They sure are in the battle. Last time I checked, it was 21-21. Huge game. Sorry I'm late. No excuses. Let's get it. Jacob Eric, you are not late, man. We are just getting started, and we're going to get started with Coach Gio. Welcome, Coach. Are you okay? Everything good?
Yeah, I was just watching some football, and I got kind of lost my time.
Distracted. And for everybody out there, I understand we might be having a little bit of a lag somewhere. It might be on my end for StreamYard, so apologies for that. I paid the internet bill. I did. So it's not the internet. Probably my computer is just crap right now, but nonetheless, man, we're going to get into some pick'ems tonight. Texas State is battling ASU. Last time I checked, it was 21-all. So, like I said, Texas State, that's that team. They're my number one in the bottom three rankings, basically, when it comes
Wait a minute,
to
I thought your number one was UTSA.
Well, no, I changed it last week after the
You already
loss.
changed it
Earlier this week.
Rudy's already flipping, Derek.
No, I did. Well, I'm doing power rankings, Gio. I had UTSA in. They had to beat Texas State. They didn't beat Texas State. Texas State is number one with Memphis number two now. I mean, they're power rankings. I can change rankings whenever I want.
I'm just messing
You gotta
with
give me
you.
that. I know. I'm gonna try and get a pic of you that wonderful night, Derek. Make a card for you. So Jacob Eric is gonna try to make a trading card of Derek Gervin. He's gonna try to get a picture of you that night. That'd be cool to get a Derek Gervin trading card, a customized trading card. That sounds like it's gonna be a good idea. But nonetheless, man, we got a little spotlight episode right here. Before we get into our pick'ems, I want to get these guys, see if I'm wrong on my rant here. Gio knows exactly what I'm talking about on some of these rants, but it's just one of those things that I'm getting a little more tired of Gio. So here it is, the Rudy rant of the month, basically. So months back, I posted on social media, and I at Chipotle. I basically put at Chipotle, and I tagged a lot of basically everybody follows Chipotle. Okay, so don't be that person that come lunchtime when we're trying to get in and out, that you're ordering for the entire office, all 6 and 7 people. You've got your phone out like this. You're reading every order. You have to go back because this person wanted to add this and then okay. My rant on the stream, because apparently social media doesn't work, is if you're ordering more than 2 bowls, there's a reason why you can order online. There's a reason why there's an app where you can order on, because it saves people the time who are on lunch break that have to get back to work, a la me, from waiting in a damn long line for you to order for all 15 people in the office. So again, my rant is this: use the damn app, use the damn internet. It's created for a reason. Have everybody put their order in. All you do is hit checkout, and you can pay individually. It don't matter. Pay individual. I don't care. But you hit checkout. Be done with it. Go pick it up. So I'm begging all you people out there, don't be that person with the phone, or the person who has, the wifey on the phone, and you're like, what do you want from Chipotle? Well, I don't know. What do they have? What is this? Do you think I should try to? No. Have the order ready and go. Beat it. That's my rant. That's my rant for the day, I guess, for the month. And Joel's right. That's lack of consideration, especially at lunchtime. If you want to do it in the evening, by all means, I don't give a damn if you do it in the evening. That's dinner time. But at lunchtime, don't be that person.
How many orders was it, Rudy?
So it was yesterday, and this lady ordered 6 bowls. And at the very end, she says, I'm going to need 2 tortillas, and I'm going to need 2 sides of guac and 2 sides of queso and bags of chips. So they had to stop, go get the sides, go get the tortillas made, and then come back to us here. That was the first lady. The person in front of me, I'm going to need to get 4 bowls to go. Man, there was never a time where I wanted to use my phone insurance like that time because I wanted to break my phone so bad. So bad. Worth the $200 you have to pay to get a replacement, in my opinion, man. In my opinion. So that's my rant. I don't know if I have a legit rant, guys. You need to let me know. Am I being dragged off the ledge here?
6 orders. Yeah, it's right there. If it's 10, then yeah, dude, you got to order. But I guess 6 is still a lot for.
You think 6 is? I was gonna say
for one
6 is a
person.
ton.
Yeah. What did they not say? Hey, you want to use the app next time? Because if I'm a worker there, I say, hey, by the way, maybe you could put this order in next time so we can have it. And there's a way to say it, right? Rudy, say, hey, you know what? By the way, next time, if you mind, can you put the order in the app so that way we have it for you already here? I will say though, as someone who's eaten plenty of Chipotle, ordering sucks. And I'm always missing something when I have to go pick it up and I'm not actually there, like looking at the food. So maybe that's why they did that. I don't know.
I've had this many problems with the app ordering.
Okay.
This
Well,
many. So
yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I understand people may have gotten screwed on the order. You know, it happens. I get it. I understand. But don't be that person. If you see me walking into Chipotle and you know you have 7 orders, get off to the side. Let me get my bowl and get out of there. I'm hungry like everybody else. I want to get back to work.
Wait, Reed, how come you don't order in the app then?
Because I'm ordering 1 bowl.
You should order in the app.
Why should I have to order on the app? I mean, I'm ordering 1 bowl, man. And you know what? You're right. That's why I was waiting to see if one of you would bring that up. Why don't use the damn app? Because I don't want to use the damn app. That's why I don't want to use the damn app. I want to be able to order my food. It's 1 bowl. I'm not ordering 6 bowls, man. Now, when we order, you know, for the office, we do everything on the app. We do everything online. And we pay all that way. We have consideration. Derek, am I okay on this rant? Like, do I have a legit rant to make on here?
I think you do because it's usually the person that if you're walking up together and you just got out your cars and you get to the door, they usually be the one that goes right in front of you. And yeah, they're ordering for this week, next week. I think you should order on the app, but you know how some people, man, they just they don't think about human decency, and they think about themselves, and then they get up there and, like you said, they want to order the 6 bowls, and then they got to start ordering the side things, and then they got to get back on the phone to make sure they got the order complete and all that kind of stuff. And it's usually why you just trying. It's usually the person right in front of you. So yeah, you got a pretty good gripe there.
Rudy, would you be mad if 6 of the people came together and ordered 6 bowls?
No. Okay, that's totally different. Okay. Because not everyone is. There's not one person on their phone reading every damn text message saying, "I need to get a bowl. I need brown rice. I need beans. I need." No. I don't need beans. Trash that. Let me get brown rice. I'm like, no. Like, come on.
What's your order at Chipotle, Rudy? Not to be nosy.
Okay. So my typical order is brown rice, a bowl, brown rice, no beans, chicken. I used to get half chicken, half barbacoa, but I get a lot of chicken now. I get the veggies, I get the medium salsa, and I get just a very little bit of cheese, and that's it. I keep it very basic. They love me. They love me at Chipotle because it's basic.
Yeah.
So that's all I get. I'm trying to get Derek to go out there with me one day. Hopefully,
Have you been to Chipotle, Derek?
I've been one time. Yeah, only one time only. But the food was pretty good when I went. So I will say that. I guess
it's because y'all in Texas and y'all got plenty of places that got bowls. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's Chipotle, it's Freebirds, and I think that's it. That's all that has bowls in Texas. There's a place called Moe's, but I don't think there's a Moe's in San Antonio. I've been wanting to try Moe's, but honestly, I prefer Freebirds over Chipotle. I know that's blasphemy, but I would prefer Freebirds. They have cauliflower rice. I prefer the cauliflower rice. So yeah, I know.
Free
They do.
bird. What was that? Burritos and all that, Rudy? Free birds?
Yeah, Freebird. It's pretty much
Yeah.
exactly like Chipotle. Freebirds.
Yeah.
It's good. Man, I got to take you to Freebirds, there. We got to go to Freebirds one day. Yeah, Joel Colon Freebirds is better. All right, enough of the rant, man. We're off the rant here. We got to go to some pick'ems here. So this first segment is going to be brought to you by MCS General Contracting. We're going to go through the top 25 real quick for college football. Then we're going to go through NFL picks, and then the show's over. We'll be back tomorrow for some Friday night fun. But we're going to get all our pick'ems in tonight. Just for argument's sake, the Buffalo Bills Miami Dolphins game is off the list. It's already started. We're not going to pick that game, nor are we picking the Texas State or the Arizona State game. So those two games are off the list. Let's get into our college football pick'ems here. All right, college football pick'ems. Here we go. Here we go. Let's share the screen here because without sharing the screen, we have no idea who the hell's playing here. There we go. Full screen here. All right, guys. So kicking it off tomorrow night. Number 20, Arizona. Number 14, Kansas State. I'm just gonna say I love me some Arizona Wildcats. Kansas State is they're favored by 7, but I like Arizona in this game. I'm going to go with the Wildcats. Derek, Arizona, Kansas State. Who are you taking this game?
I'm also going to go with the Wildcats, and I bet I get it 100% correct.
There you go. He's guaranteeing it like
Wildcats versus Wildcats, isn't it?
You got me there. You are taking the Wildcats, so you are 100% correct. And then you said, "Well, I'm taking the team with the letter A in it." I mean, you could do that too.
I'm on the Arizona bandwagon, so I think it's going to be a very close game. But I'm going to take Arizona to win that game in the fourth quarter by about 6 points.
He's taking Arizona. I'm taking Arizona with a touchdown victory. Gio, Arizona, Kansas State.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Give me Arizona. I'm going against the grain. Not wouldn't say for the upset, but for their first Big 12 win.
Arizona for the first Big 12. That's kind of hard to say. Big 12 win. All right, next game is Arkansas State, Michigan. I don't think there's any surprise here going with Michigan. Gio, Michigan, Arkansas State.
I'm going Michigan.
Is it safe to say we're all probably going Michigan?
I ain't that crazy now.
I mean, they're not playing Texas, so I mean, I'm assuming everybody's going Michigan. Derek, Michigan or Arkansas State?
Oh man, they're going to get back. They're going to get in the win column. So without a doubt,
I hope they win, because if they lose, Derek,
they're going to fire Juwan Howard if they lose again. Like he's not even coaching the team, man. Oh man, Tim is actually taking Kansas State. So, all right, Tim, you're going against the grain here. He's going against the grain. He's been doing that lately. Alabama going to Wisconsin. Now, this is a game that I have circled. Why, Gio? Because too, Wisconsin is that team that can show up from time to time. They're sitting at a nice 2-0. So is the Alabama Crimson Tide 2-0. I'm going to take Alabama, but Wisconsin covers. I think they cover this game. I'm taking Alabama to win, but Wisconsin does cover. Derek, Alabama, Wisconsin, sir.
I'm gonna take Alabama. I don't think they're as good as in years past, and of course they lost Nick Saban. I still think they're good enough to beat Wisconsin. I just don't think they're a championship contending team, but I will give them the edge over Wisconsin.
There you go, Gio.
Listen, Wisconsin, I saw them play Western Michigan. What was it, a few weeks ago, Rudy? And they were in a dogfight against Western Michigan. I did not like what I saw from that team. Just the inability for explosive plays. Give me Alabama. I expect Alabama to blow this game out. I understand it's in Wisconsin. It's Big Ten country, but Alabama, I just think they're the superior team and they're going to show up. But that's why they play the game.
That's why they play the game. LSU at South Carolina, Gio. Start this one off because I know you like to talk about those South Carolina Gamecocks from time to time.
Hey, listen, I saw that Kentucky versus South Carolina game actually while I was coming back from the Caribbean, and they beat up. And Kentucky's not as good as last season, but South Carolina, watch out, Rudy. They got players. I'm not gonna pick the upset here, but South Carolina, I like where they're headed. I'm taking LSU, but I think by 7 is could be the line, but I don't
6.5. So
six
basically
and a half.
7.
Give me LSU, but this is gonna be, I think, a close game.
Yeah, LSU, South Carolina. I'm going LSU, but I'm actually going to take the Gamecocks to cover. I think LSU wins by a couple of field goals, so 6 points. I'm taking LSU to win, but again, I take South Carolina to cover if they're 6.5. Derek, LSU, South Carolina, sir.
Man, now this is a tough one for me to pick. LSU has already kind of hit the snide early in the season, but I expect them to still be maybe a team that'll contend for a Final 12 spot. Man, but it's a tough one. But I'm gonna pick LSU by 3. I think they cover as well, but I think this is gonna be one of those games that comes down to the last possession, and I'm gonna take LSU.
Gotcha on that. Oklahoma State, Tulsa. No surprise here. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. Derek, Oklahoma State, Tulsa.
I'm going Mike Gundy. I don't think Tulsa's ready. I think they have a so-so team. And I don't think Oklahoma State is great, but I expect them to win this game convincingly. Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. Geo, Oklahoma State, and Tulsa.
This is Oklahoma State big.
Very big for Geo. He likes Oklahoma State. I'm a man.
I'm 40.
I'm 40. Boston College, number 24, Boston College at number 6, Missouri. Any chance of an upset here? That's my question. Wow. Why do I want to take Boston College in this one? I don't know, because I want to be different. Give me Boston College to beat Missouri in my upset special of the week when it comes to 2 ranked teams. Give me Boston College.
This is a tough matchup, Rudy. Yeah. Boston College, I think, has been averaging about 2-something a game on the ground. Yep. And we know they have a former head coach as now the head coach at Boston College and Bill O'Brien. This is kind of a weird game. We didn't expect this a few weeks ago to possibly be a big game, but Boston College going on the road at Mizzou. You know how I feel about Missouri. They've given Georgia issues the last few seasons. Give him Mizzou, but really, this is going to be a close one. I think Mizzou by probably 3 points because Boston College, they can run, really control the clock. This could be kind of a close game at the end.
You're taking Missouri?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Derek, Boston College, Missouri.
I'm going with the favorite, Missouri. I like Boston College. They're one of those teams that could pull off a couple upsets this year, but I don't think this is going to be one of them. So I'm going with Missouri.
We go Miami. All right, we got Miami and Ball State. I don't think there's really a surprise here. I'm going to ask Derek first. So I'm pretty sure Derek's like, I might take Ball State. No, hell no, he's not. He's going to take Miami.
I'm taking Ball State, but it's April the 1st. I got Miami. I think Miami continues to roll, man. I think people still not talking about them enough. I know they moved up from number 19 to number 12 the following week, and they're continuing to move up. I believe they've cracked the top 10. So I say Miami, and they're just going to keep getting more impressive every week.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami as well. Geo, Miami, Ball State.
Ball State, actually, in Muncie, Indiana. I'm going with Miami. They're going to win big.
Yeah, it's going to be 36.5 is the spread on that. I think it might be a little more than that. I think I would probably take the over for Miami to cover that. Notre Dame going into Geo territory, West Lafayette, Indiana, against Purdue. Does Notre Dame trip up on this one? Oh God, do I want to answer that? I'm just gonna play it safe. Just give me Notre Dame. I'm gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if they lose, but give me Notre Dame in a close one against Purdue. Purdue, Notre Dame.
Not too far from West Lafayette. You know, Purdue did beat Indiana State last week, 49-0, but that's a really small school. Rudy, what's concerning is that the Leonard kid hasn't thrown a touchdown, I believe, this season. It's concerning to go on the road at Purdue. I'm going to just go with Notre Dame, Rudy, but I think we all can agree we would not be shocked. Purdue was picked dead last in the Big Ten. So, but give me Notre Dame just because they should win this game. But we saw last week and what happened. And this time they're on the road at a school with a fairly probably decent crowd coming in. This is a weird game, but give me Notre Dame.
Take Notre Dame. Derek, Notre Dame, Purdue.
Well, Notre Dame is like Penn State. I've told you, they're Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will. But I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt this week. I'm gonna say they pull it off only because I don't think they're playing a really good team. So I have to give Notre Dame the edge by default, basically.
We're all taking Notre Dame on this one. Next game, Oregon and Oregon State. Why Oregon's been playing like crap all year. They are just like I said the last week or the last show about Alabama being a fraud at number 4. Oregon at number 9 is another fraud in the top 10. I hope they make me eat those words, but going into Research Stadium, I'm not too confident with Oregon beating Oregon State in the big rivalry game this, week 3 in the season. I'm reluctantly picking Oregon, but like Derek said a little while, 100% Oregon's going to win. It's going to be Oregon or it's going to be Oregon State. But I'm going to go with Oregon right now. So give me Oregon for the win. Derek, Oregon State.
I'm taking Oregon, and I think they have some extra motivation. People have been talking about them ever since the beginning of the season. After the first game about how they didn't look so good, and they actually haven't looked great. So I just think they're going to be motivated, and they're probably going to play their best game that they played so far. And I'm going to take them over Oregon State. I believe the big dog wins this time.
He's taking Oregon. Oregon State.
Big rivalry game, Rudy. The Civil War. We know the Pac-12 is no longer. Though, Rudy, as you heard probably earlier, the WAC. We talked about this a few months ago. Some teams that may enter the Pac-12, they've taken the WAC, Boise State, San Diego State, and I don't remember who the other 2 teams are, but a rivalry that has been there for a long time. It's going to be a tough place to play up there in Corvallis, but give me Oregon to get back on the night. I find it hard to believe they're going to play kind of, I wouldn't say terrible, but man, they almost lost against Idaho, Rudy. It was just like, they were out there in slow motion, but a rivalry game, I think the players will be up. I think Dan Lanning will get them ready to go. Maybe they're sleepwalking, which does happen sometimes, some of these teams. But give me Oregon in a pretty close battle, but I think Oregon pulls away at the end.
Hey, is Oregon suffering the Colorado letdown or something, man? They were so probably pumped up, wanting to get one more chance to smack Colorado around, and then look what happened. Now they're different conferences, so I don't know if they are a little shell shocked from that, but they haven't played good football.
They better get ready there because in the Big Ten, as you know, it's going to be some physical games, and if they're not ready to go, they're not playing no more Idahos. Like they're going to have to really step up their game, and this is a good test, a rivalry in state. So we'll see. Now, if they lose against Oregon State, I'm not sure what's going to happen the rest of the season, but with 12 teams in the postseason, they should be able to still get in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I think the minus Oregon favored by 17. I think it's a little foolish. I don't expect them to win by 17. I expect it to be a lot closer than that. FYI, guys, for those of y'all listening, I know we're having a couple of audio issues. I don't know if it's on my end, but we'll get through it. We're doing fine right now. So I was made aware a little while ago on a DM about it, but yeah, I'm aware of it. So if it's on my end, it's all apologies on that. Tulane going to Oklahoma. No reason to see Tulane win this game. I'm going to take Oklahoma to go 3-0 for the year. Gio, Oklahoma, Tulane.
Listen, Oklahoma struggled to put Houston away last week, and Tulane played Kansas State, Rudy, I mean, pretty well. So I don't know what's going on in Oklahoma. They seem to they beat their first opponent, which I think was Temple, but last week wasn't very impressive. Tulane has some players, but I'm gonna give Oklahoma the nod. But I'm not too confident about that.
Taking Oklahoma, Derek. Oklahoma, Tulane.
I'm confident against Tulane. If it was another, you're talking about a team that possibly could be a top 25, top 30 team. I think Oklahoma would have trouble, but I don't see Tulane being that team. So I think Oklahoma's going to be ready to roll.
I think Utah State might be one of those games that people are like, oh, Utah State. They've got, opportunities, but it's Utah. I'm taking Utah. Utah's the best team in the Big 12. They're going to win the Big 12. I'm not going to go against them in this game. I'm taking the Utes of Utah. Derek, Utah or Utah?
You already know how high I think of Utah. I think when the year is out, they're a top 5 team. So I'm definitely going to take Utah, and I'm going to say, I hope you're ready, Utah State, because Utah's going to put it on you.
There you go, man. Gio, are you taking one of the Utahs, or are you going to get a tie?
I'm going with Utah to take care of business against their, I guess you can call them in-state rival.
Would BYU be their biggest rival in state? I would think so.
Yeah, it's the holy war. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess it was someone rival because they're in state. But yeah, no, it's definitely BYU.
Hey, Rudy.
Yo.
Notre Dame's loss was Utah's game.
Yeah, definitely was. It definitely was. I'll agree with that, Derek. That's a great point right there. Notre Dame's loss was Utah's game. Texas State, ASU State in a major battle, 28-28. Man, this game, I'm telling you guys, this is the reason why when I said
Rudy,
when I said UTSA was going to get in, it's because of that. What's up, Derek?
You didn't tell me that I had to do a little research. Texas State has 9 out of their 11 offensive players returned. And they averaged 37 points a game last year.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at their team, man. They're pretty loaded. So when you mentioned them against Arizona State, I thought Arizona State looked pretty good last week. But this is telling me that Texas State is no joke. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled it off tonight.
There would be a huge win for Texas State to pull this win off. And it goes a lot towards that 12th spot in the college football playoff. So, again, that's the reason why I said if UTSA pulls off the win over Texas State, that is a major, major win for them, for that program to get them into that final 12. And it's proving it now because Texas State, is that team when it comes to that final spot getting in. Ole Miss, Wake Forest. Ole Miss, this is another one. It's Ole Miss. Jackson Dart's just going to be tossing them left and right. He might have like 6 touchdowns at halftime. Who knows? It's Ole Miss for me. I'm really not going to spend too much time on this. Gio, Ole Miss or Wake Forest? You think Tim Duncan runs out of the tunnel?
They're going to need more than just Tim Duncan to win. They might need Chris Paul. Look, this is Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, he has his team ready to go when they play schools like this. They're going to blow them out. It's not going to be close.
Yeah, it's not going to be close. Derek, are you daring to take Wake Forest in this game?
No, not any day of the week.
Maybe in basketball.
I think Ole Miss. When we talked about the top 5, I think Ole Miss is one of those teams that, when it's all said and done, could be in that top 5 as well. And I think they're going to be consistent all year. I think they have a really good team on both sides of the ball. They're not the flashiest team that you've ever seen, but I think this is a legit team this year, and I think they wiped the floor with Wake Forest.
Yeah, there's no surprise there. How we all are taking Ole Miss in this game. Battle of I-35, Austin versus San Antonio. This is
Oh boy.
probably, I'm going to put this in the nice way. And I'm going to say where San Antonio reigns supreme over tacos against Austin, Austin is going to reign supreme in football over San Antonio. We're going to flip flop there. We'll take the tacos. You can have the football. I'm surprised it's still not higher than 35.5 on the spread. I've got it a little bit higher than that. Just tells me I don't know if Texas is going to let the gas off a little bit, but I'm taking the Longhorns. There's a reason why I've got them as national title winners. There's a reason why I've got them as the best team in the country from top to bottom. You saw what Texas State did last week. Yeah, I love UTSA. It's hometown team, but I'm making pick'ems, and I'm not putting my money on UTSA. Give me Texas to win. Derek, no chance in going with UTSA, right?
No, and
Come on, Derek,
Sarkeesian's
that's
done
your
a
alma
smart.
mater now.
I love my school, but we're talking about wins and losses. Sarkeesian has those guys prepared because he talked about Northern Illinois, and he talked about slip-ups and teams coming out not prepared, and he thinks UTSA is better than they showed against Texas State. Well, of course he's going to say that to motivate his guys, but I'm hoping that it's not as bad as I think it's going to be, but I'm definitely taking Texas to win this game. Man, big time.
Good question for Gio here. I know you're taking Texas, but will UTSA score 10 or less points Saturday night?
Look, UTSA can't even they can't run the ball, really. Less than 2.5 yards a carry. If you can't run the ball against Texas, you're going to really have your quarterback back there having to sling it all day. I'll give them 10 points, Rudy. Is it possible they could, late at the
14.
game, maybe 14? It's minus 34. That's kind of high. That might be a little bit high, Rudy, for me. But listen, Texas all day.
It's Texas all day. We're gonna run the rest. We're gonna run through the rest of these. We've got Northern Iowa. What's up, Dirk?
No, I'm laughing. Texas on what? Like 41-14?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It might be that. It might be that. Maybe 40, maybe even like 47, 14. I mean, they may put up a 50 burger. Who knows, man? But Northern Iowa, Nebraska, Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Kent State, running through the last 3 games for our first commercial break. I'm gonna take Nebraska. I'm gonna take Georgia, even though I should take Kentucky. I'm gonna take Georgia. And then I'm going to end it with Tennessee over Kent State. Derek, give me those 3 picks for you right there with Nebraska, Northern Iowa, Georgia, Kentucky, Kent State, Tennessee.
Man, stop it. Georgia and Tennessee. And, of course, Nebraska because I like the rookie. I think Raiola is got a pretty good future ahead of him. So I like this Nebraska team, and I don't think they're a fluke. So Nebraska, Georgia, and you already named the third one. They are Tennessee. Easily.
All right. I have Geo penciled in for Kentucky, but what are your other 2?
In the words of Ray Charles, Georgia, the dogs, I think, take care of business. I'm going to that game on Saturday.
We expect this.
Well, look, I'm expecting a good time. There should be more Georgia fans because Kentucky fans are trying to sell their tickets pretty quickly. Georgia, Tennessee, and Nebraska. I think Matt Rule, that team might be the team of the year in the Big Ten. If it's not Indiana,
You and Indiana, you got love for Indiana. I give you props on that. Indiana's a good love. Are you taking Tennessee in that Kent State win?
Oh yeah, big.
All right, he's taking Tennessee. So those are our picks. I'm gonna basically put all of our picks down. There's only one game that we are all different on, and that is the Boston College Missouri game. So we all have the same picks. We're all taking the same schools in the top 25. I took Boston College. Derek and Gio are taking Missouri. I'm going for the absolute upset there. So I'll have our picks posted all across all social media. Be sure to go to our YouTube page. Go to YouTube, search at Sweep the League TV, be a subscriber. We're over 400 at 500 subscribers. We're giving away a USOA shirt courtesy of MCS General Contracting. Plus, we're giving away a pretty nice little, cash bonus to somebody as well when we hit 500 followers, 500 subscribers on YouTube. So shout out to Louis Luna. He's in here. He's talking about the game tonight between Texas State and ASU. La Cocina Taco Truck himself. Be sure to hit up La Cocina Taco Truck. And just to get a quick update, as of right now, it's still 28-28 at 11-10 in the fourth quarter, ASU and Texas State. When we get back from commercial break, NFL pick 'em, guys. It should be a little bit easier because Derek's Bills put a licking on Tua a little while ago. Tua went out with an injury, a head injury at that. We've been calling Tua with the head injuries for a while. Who knows if that's going to be a career, if it's really serious. But when we get back, we're going to talk some NFL with Derek Irvin, Hall of Famer, and Coach Gio, Rudy Campos. We'll be back. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting, building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Hey guys, are you ready for a flavor explosion? Look no further than La Cocina Taco Truck, serving up the best street tacos and quesadillas in New Braunfels. With a 5-star rating and rave reviews, they're not just a taco truck. They are a taste sensation. La Cocina staff is the best in town and pride themselves on making every customer feel like family. Whether you're feeding a crowd or just satisfying your own cravings, they've got you covered because no order is too big or too small for them there. Louis and his staff are all about customer satisfaction and they love their community. Don't worry, San Antonio friends. They're just a short trip away to New Braunfels. So why wait? Come visit La Cocina Taco Truck today and taste the difference for yourself. That's La Cocina Taco Truck, where every bite is a fiesta. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.
Yeah, this for the family. Loyalty, respect, honor. You know what it is. STL music. Let's get it. We the ones, never folded on ourselves, no bluffing. Legacy we building, man, this ain't up for discussion. They wanted us to quit, but we dug in deep. Motivated to the fullest, dreams ain't meant for sleep. On the grind 24/7, no time for rest. We making moves, calculated like a master chess. Love and respect.
All right, welcome back to Sweep the League. Hall of Famer Derek Gervin, Coach Gio, Rudy Campos Jr. announcing Family, the first album from STL and SOTB being released on October 1st. Be sure to grab that. It's going to be wherever music's available. You can grab the entire album, Family, from STL Music and SOTB. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, La Cocina Taco Truck, Castro and Sun Solar Specialty. Also, Locked On Spurs. I will be on tomorrow's episode of Locked On Spurs with Jack Thompson and Jeff Garcia. Be sure to catch that. We're going to talk tomorrow night about what we talked about on Locked On Spurs, which is betting. Gio's forte of betting. So, yeah, be sure to listen to it. We'll talk about it tomorrow night here on Sweep the League. NFL talk, guys. Again, Tua went out tonight with an injury, another head injury. While I'm bringing up the schedule, if it's another head injury, it's got to be time for him to retire. I mean, the guy, what is that? Like his third concussion, maybe
Wouldn't,
fourth concussion.
wouldn't it be more like his fourth or fourth
Yeah.
or maybe fifth if it's not? Hopefully, it's not a concussion. But well, yeah, I remember it happened several times before.
Yeah, it's getting kind of bad for Tua, so I think you might have to end up retiring. Right now, the Bills are leading 31-10, so the Bills are looking to go 2-0 on the season. Uh, James Cook is the one cooking tonight for Buffalo, so if you got him in your fantasy rosters, which a couple of people have them against me in fantasy football, you're kicking my butt. That is for dang sure here. Derek Irvin, how does Northern Illinois this win over Notre Dame do for the rest of the season? It kills Notre Dame's chances, in my opinion. Derek, you got a quick thing on that one for
But
Tim?
what does it do for Notre Dame? I think it kind of ruins their season. But for Northern Illinois, it's only going to send them, I think, upward. I don't expect them to be a playoff team, but I expect them to use this as a springboard to better things. And I think it makes them a much better team as the year goes on. And Notre Dame, I think this game kind of cooked them as far as people taking them serious, as far as being the top 12 team.
100% on that. Joel Colombo says, "Can my Pats get to 2-0? I think home versus Seattle is a winnable game, but it will be tough." We're going to get into that game here in just a little bit. All right, guys, we're going to start with our NFL pick'ems here. Here we go. Browns and Jaguars at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Browns look terrible. I don't even know if it's the Browns. Can we just say Deshaun Watson just looks terrible? I'm taking Jacksonville on the win here. We'll start off with Gio on this one. Browns and Jaguars. I like the Browns defense, Gio, but with Deshaun Watson, it's very scary to pick Cleveland in any game right now.
Yeah, he's just not playing well. He doesn't look like he's there. I saw that game against Dallas, just missing easy throws. Guys wide open, overthrowing, doesn't look confident. They couldn't run the ball last week. You got to go with Jacksonville on this one. I think they're just more of a talented, at least on the offensive side of the football. But they got pieces in Cleveland, but give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, Derek, Jacksonville, Cleveland.
I like Cleveland's defense, but man, I think the offense is so bad that it's going to wear the defense out as the season goes on. And I don't think Deshaun is even looking like an NFL quarterback. Maybe he'll turn it around, but right now he's got a lot on his plate on the field and off. And I expect their team to go 0-2 after this Sunday. So I'm definitely taking the Jags.
Yeah, all three of us are on board with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Moving on to Colts and Packers. No Jordan Love. Jordan Love went out that first week. They're considering him weird. They're considering almost day to day with Jordan Love. Has I don't know if he sprained his MCL. That was the diagnosis on it, but considered day to day. They said worst case I believe was like 4 weeks possibly that he'll be out. But nonetheless, I mean, pretty much Jordan Love's what's making this this whole train move forward for the Packers. I'm gonna take the Colts. I think a healthy Colts team compared to a not healthy Packers team kind of outweighs that for me. So give me Indianapolis, which kind of puts the Packers pick in that NFC North in trouble waters, going 0-2 there. But it's still early in the season. But in this case, give me the Colts. I mean, Derek, Colts or Packers?
Wow. With Jordan Love, I'm going Packers, but since it looked like he's going to be out and we don't know the situation, is it one game? Is it 6 games? I'm going to have to say the Colts. I'm not in love with Mr. Richardson, but they played well enough to win, and I think they do it again. They played well enough to win, but this game I think they win for sure, and I got to go with the Colts.
All right, Gio, Packers and Colts, man.
Well, for the Packers, they're going to have to run the football. You're going to have to use Josh Jacobs. You paid them a bunch of money. They're going to have to run the ball. But I just think the Colts, what they did last week, they're just a better team, at least when the quarterback's there. Packers don't have a quarterback. Give me the Colts. But these games are also weird because now the Colts have to prepare for something that they haven't seen, Rudy. So the NFL is kind of a weird league where injuries – at the quarterback position. We've seen, Rudy, where guys come in and they end up winning. So give me the Colts, but I think it's going to be a fairly close game.
It wouldn't surprise me to see, who is it, Malik Willis coming in for Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you really can't prepare for a mobile quarterback you haven't really
Exactly.
seen. So, and we all know what Malik Willis did in college. So, yeah, I definitely could maybe see the Packers getting the win here, but I'm going to take the Colts just for pick'em sakes. Chargers and Panthers. I'm surprised the Panthers are, getting 6.5. I figured they'd be getting a little bit more on that line. I guess people are still not believing in the Chargers right now, which I totally understand. But give me the Chargers to definitely beat the Panthers, and I actually think they're going to beat them convincingly. It's going to be more than 6.5, so I'm taking the Chargers on this one. Gio, Chargers, Panthers.
Chargers, but I expect the Panthers or the Panthers to be much better. They ran the football a lot last week in the Chargers. Right? I mean, they really wanted to do that. Harbaugh kind of put his stamp on that game. Very different Chargers team compared to, teams in the past were very pass heavy. But give me the Chargers. The Panthers, they gotta show up, because if not, their tickets are going to continue to be about $2 or $3 for every game.
Derek, we're going Chargers, Panthers, buddy.
That's a tough one because isn't Bosa hurt? I believe Bosa is hurt and Gilman, so it's going to be a tough one. Oh man, I guess I'm gonna go with the Chargers, but I know there's possible injuries to Bosa, and I know that will be huge. But I'm gonna take the Chargers because I don't think they're playing one of the I'll call best teams in the NFL.
All right, we are rolling with the Chargers for all three of us here. Tim Gonzalez brought up a score. I had to look it up, and he's definitely right. South Alabama just beat Northwestern State in college football, 87-10.
87-10.
87-10. So at the end of the first quarter, the score was 24-10. And then it went on a massive run right now. Final score 87-10. Southern Alabama over Northwestern. Moving on to Raiders and Ravens. Raiders just look completely terrible. Ravens are going to bounce back from that week 1 loss to Kansas City. Give me Baltimore for the win. Derek?
Sometime Antonio Pierce looks like he's in over his head. And I think Lamar wants to have come back strong. A lot of talk been going on about can he complete the deal. And, of course, we got to the Mahomes comparison. So I think Lamar tries to make himself – people remember that he's the MVP from last year. I'm going to take the Ravens.
On with the Ravens. Gio?
Ravens last week played sloppy, just not Ravens football. The Raiders, they don't have a quarterback. Their defense, though, of Crosby and Christian Wilkins, they're going to be a problem up front. This ain't going to be any cakewalk for the Ravens. Give me them to bounce back this week. And the reason the Raiders they can get anything from their quarterback, a lot of that was self-inflicted wounds. Ravens will win, but this could be a close game.
Hey, you guys, don't Rudy, you and Gio, don't you think we don't know who the Ravens are yet? What kind of style are they going to play this year? Because when Derrick Henry's in the game, it's basically a run and play. But how does that coincide? Is he a good fit for Lamar Jackson? So that still remains to be seen with the Ravens. And I got to give you some credit, Gio, because before the season, you didn't think very highly of the Ravens, and I'm starting to kind of understand why.
Yeah, I think we talk about windows, Derek, right? The window's opening. I'm not saying it's closing for the Ravens. I said I think we're a very good football team, but at some point, has Lamar peaked, right? He's won two MVPs, Derek, I believe? Or is it one?
Yeah, 2 MVPs.
Not two.
Two MVPs. And we're talking about a guy that, man, something's always missing. And Rudy said a few weeks ago, there's always something missing with the Ravens. Can't just seem to get over the hump. And look, they could run wild this week, and we might think, oh, look, this team is back. But I'm not in love with the Ravens this season, but they got to show their identity. Who are they? Because right now we don't know.
Yeah, y'all both make a great point. Derek made a perfect point there. We don't know who the Ravens are right now. I mean, Derrick Henry was the darling signing of the offseason, but it never made sense in Baltimore at
Hey,
all.
Rudy, they gave him 5 carries in the first quarter, and he got a touchdown, and he ended up with 13 carries.
Yeah, he's got to be a workhorse. You're there to alleviate Lamar Jackson from running the ball so much, but yet Lamar was still your leading rusher. So it's tough to say, man. Tough to say. Moving on, Saints and Cowboys, them boys, man. Shout out to Chris Leha, the Saints fan. For the Falcons' sake, I'm hoping the Cowboys take care of business. I think they do take care of business, but please don't sleep on the Saints. I've been talking highly of them from the beginning, and I'm still going to talk high of them. I'm going to take the Cowboys only because my wife threatened me divorce if I took the Saints. So give me the Cowboys to win. Geo, Cowboys, Saints.
Give me the Saints in an upset, Rudy. I got the Saints upsetting the Cowboys this week. Cowboys riding high. And the Cowboys, to Derek's point, he talked about Murphy's Law. The Cowboys are also in that mix too. And Saints, look, are the Saints that good or the Panthers that bad? Maybe somewhere in between. I like what I saw from the Saints. They have a new offensive coordinator as well. You saw some different things that they run. Give me the Saints an upset this week.
I want to take the Saints so bad, but I don't like the threat that I got. Derek, Saints and Cowboys.
This is a tough one for me because I'm wondering. I know CD has shown up early in the year, but they're going to have to put up points to beat the Saints, I believe. We're talking like a 41-38 type game, I think. And I'll almost slightly give the Cowboys the edge. I think Dak wants to continue to prove that he's worth the money. And I think the Cowboys are going to play. They didn't play great, I don't think, last week against Cleveland. I just think Cleveland kind of played down. But I'm going to give the Cowboys a good one. But I think the Saints are a pretty good team. But I'm going to take Dallas in a close one. Very close.
Louis taking the Saints, and I'd like the Saints to win this week. I really do like the Saints to win. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to go to court tomorrow. I'm changing the pick right now. Give me the Saints to win. Sorry, my wife, but I gotta do it. I can't. It's football season. I gotta bleed with my heart here. I'll buy her something big at Christmas time, so I'll make it up there. Give me the Saints to win. That was what my gut told me. The Giants at the Commanders in the greatest game of the week here. Gio, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the no, I'm not gonna take why do I want to take the Giants, Gio? I want to take them so bad in this game.
Because you want to tag me on Sunday about how great Daniel Jones does. That's why you want to take him.
I already apologized for Daniel Jones already, man. I mean, now I just want to take him. Give me the New York Football Giants to win against the Commanders. Gio, what are you doing?
I don't really care who wins this game, but I saw some of that Commanders game. Thought they played well. I thought Daniels played well in his rookie debut. He was running, he was throwing. Give me the Commanders. I think this is the team that will probably get better throughout the season. The Giants, look, their defense has names, Rudy. We got a lot of guys on there, but Daniel Jones look horrific. Give me the damn Commanders.
Derek, Giants, Commanders.
Oh man, I hate to go against Daniel Jones, but guess what?
No, you don't, Derek. Don't say that. Don't say that, Derek.
I have to, man. I think the Commanders are going to be a little better than some people think this year, and I'm still thinking the young fella is going to be in the Rookie of the Year running, Mr. Daniels. I'm going to go with the Commanders. I just don't think the Giants can put up enough points.
There we go. And that's why we do our pick'ems. We're different on a lot of stuff here. Jets and Titans, Jets, Jets. I'm going with my Super Bowl representative, the New York Jets, in this one over the Titans. Derek, how are you seeing this one play out?
I think the Jets rebound. Aaron was the Aaron Rodgers that we've known in the last few years. So hopefully he can get off the snide, I'll say, this coming week and I think the Jets bounce back because remember from the beginning, I did pick the Jets being in the Super Bowl. I'm kind of
Yeah.
starting to question that pick early in the year, but I'm gonna take the Jets to win this game.
Yeah, and Joel Nutt does not like the Jets as always here, so appreciate that one.
Rudy,
Yo, yo,
hey Rudy, I got the Jets 4-2 after 6 games.
yeah. So I mean, they've got one of those losses there. This should be a win. Should be a win to put them to 1-1 here. So
Well,
see how it goes.
if the Titans would have not thrown that interception against the Bears, they probably would have won that game. Give me the Jets to rebound. I think their defense kind of licking their wounds. That was a physical game they had against the 49ers. The Jets, I expect Aaron Rodgers to play better. If the Jets lose, the New York fans will be screaming, "It's time to fire Salah." So we'll see.
Fire Salah, trade Rodgers, and
because
I
right
don't know,
now,
yeah.
Kim will agree it's playoff or bust. If this team doesn't make the playoffs, he's not coming back.
I think it's more than just playoff or bust. It's got to be at least win a game in the playoffs, is what I think, or be one of the buys. Like it's got to be that at least. So I think it's more than just making the playoffs. But Seahawks and Patriots, I really do not like how Geno Smith is looking at all. So reluctantly, I'm taking this. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for the Patriots to go off to a magical 2-0 start to the season. Joel gives me crap for the Jets. I'm going to go with Joel on this one. I'm going to take the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And I don't know why. I think Ramondre Stevens is probably going to have a really decent game. So I'm taking the Patriots. Who's on the dock? Gio. Patriots and Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks. Sure, they didn't look great last weekend, but I think this is the team that, like some of these teams, start a little bit slow, get better throughout. This think Seattle's a better team. They should win this game. But from what I've been seeing, a lot of the experts think this is going to be a very close game. Even though the Patriots, I don't know, they could run the ball. No, but that's pretty much it besides running. But give me Seattle.
Hey, Derek, Seattle and New England.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think the Patriots get off to a 2-0 start. I think Seattle is a good team, but sometimes styles make games. I think this is going to be a very physical game. But at home, I expect I'm going to give the slight advantage, a home court advantage, a home field advantage to the Patriots.
49ers and Vikings. Any way we get an upset here? 49ers coming off that Monday night victory. Probably no Christian McCaffrey. Niners probably a little banged up. Not too bad other than Christian McCaffrey. But the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium, I'm gonna take the Niners. But I'm going to call it now. This is probably one of the games that I have circled on my upset alert list. I wouldn't be surprised to see Minnesota take it to San Francisco. But go ahead and give me the Niners. Derek, Niners, Vikings.
Do you have an ink eraser?
An ink eraser? No, I don't. I'm not right now.
Yeah, well, you're gonna need one because the Giants win that game. I mean, the 49ers, I'm sorry, win that game. And I expect them to do it convincingly.
I'm taking the Niners, but not convincingly. So you're taking them convincingly, though. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they show that they're one of the best teams in the league, and they try to make a statement early, even without McCaffrey.
All right, Gio. Vikings and Niners.
Minnesota did beat the Vikings last season. Kirk Cousins actually 3-1 all time. I know Kirk's not there anymore, but I think the Vikings give me the upset this week. I think Minnesota finds a way to win after kind of a game. And we see these games, right? There's highs. Then the next week you're playing a team that maybe isn't the greatest right now because of the quarterback position. And Sam Darnold, he looked like a decent quarterback last week, Rudy, against the Giants. Played well, good passes. And he played there last season so he knows what's up. They obviously know what's up about him too, but give him the upset this week.
Can you believe I have Sam Darnold starting in a fantasy league? this week.
Wow.
I actually do.
That's pretty
Crazy,
brave for you.
crazy. Buccaneers going to Detroit. I'm as much as I like Detroit and I'm gonna take the Lions. I really expect Baker and Mike Evans to have a pretty damn big game in this one right here. I expect Mike Evans to have a good game, Baker to have a good game, but as we've seen, the way the Lions play, I really like Detroit. There's just too many weapons all around for Detroit. Give me Detroit at home in Ford Field. Geo, Detroit and Tampa Bay.
Give me Detroit. I think Tampa's a good team, but the Lions are flying. I had a big win last week. That crowd's going to be loud, and I think Detroit's going to get another victory this week.
Tampa Bay, Detroit, Derek.
I have to go with the Lions. I was very impressed with how they played the last 4 minutes of the game against the Rams, because we could have very easily folded and lost that game. But we got the big stop and got the ball back with a little over 2 minutes left, and the rest is history. So I'm going to go to the Detroit Lions. I think we're only going to get better as the season progresses, and I got us still being one of those top teams, and I see that all season. Let's go Lions.
Everybody's taking the Lions in this. We got 5 games left to go. Rams and Cardinals, no doubt about this one. No Puka Nakua, no doubt. I'm still taking the Rams in this. I love how I was balling with Gio and telling him, like, hey, you were crying over Aaron Donald. We went through the whole pack of Sam's tissues that I bought you at Sam's Club. But I told you everything would be okay with Jared Verse. Everything would be perfect with Jared Verse.
What? There's no way.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine with Jared Verse. Give me the Rams. Rams to beat the Arizona Cardinals, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pick my team to, of course, win. They did have injuries up front. I thought Arizona played well last week. Had a chance to obviously win, but gave up the lead. The Rams historically under McVay have played very well against the Cardinals. So give me the Rams, but this is a rivalry game. It's in your division, and anything's possible. The Rams need to win this game because you fall 0-2 with the amount of injuries that they have. That's not a good look.
Derek, Rams and Cardinals.
Oh, man, you see me grab my head.
Yeah.
We're going to bring back memories of one of those Kyler Murray moments, big moments at the end of the game. This is one of those games I think the Cardinals are going to win on the possible last play, like a walk-off home run. I'm going to take Kyler Murray to pull it out, and I'm taking the Cardinals.
Derek with the upset here. Cardinals over the Rams. He's taking the Kyler Murray upset special. Bengals and the Chiefs. Now, Joey Burrow, man. I mean, everybody's saying he's been terrible. He's looking horrible. He's looking bad. I don't think this is a bounce back game. I'm taking Kansas City for the win. Derek, Kansas City and Cincinnati.
I think Burrow, we still got to see what's going on with that wrist. He said he's fine, but he's been shaking that wrist a lot, and that kind of makes me a little nervous for the Bengals. They just didn't look that good. And if you look at it, they really haven't looked that great in the last year and a half or whatever it may be. They're not the same team. I'm taking the Bengals to go down, to get defeated.
Gio, Bengals and Chiefs.
I don't know why I'm saying this. Give me the Bengals in upset.
Are you serious right now? Wow. Okay. I'll give it to you. I'm not going to agree with it, but I'll give it to you.
Gio, so you must think that Burrow is okay then.
I think he's fine. Something happens when he plays the Chiefs. So I have no rhyme or reason. I can honestly pick the Chiefs. I'm going the Bengals.
Aren't they missing a big piece of their team from last year? A key puzzle?
Yeah, Higgins, I don't think he's playing this week. I just something tells me the Bengals will find a way this week.
That's why they play the games. That's why we keep saying Steelers going over to Empower Field at Mile High. I'm taking to get his first win. Give me Denver for the win over Pittsburgh. Derek, Denver and Pittsburgh.
Wow. Justin Fields, 6 field goals last week. Wow. I think the Steelers are going to have trouble. I think Bo Nix gets off to a good start to his NFL career in week 2. I got to take the Broncos to win that game over the Steelers. I just don't believe in Justin Fields as a passer. I know he can run the ball, but 6 field goals. I just don't see him getting much better against that Denver defense. I'm going to take the Broncos.
Is this where the Mike Tomlin brings in Russell Wilson for payback against Sean Payton? I mean, that would probably be ideal thing to happen here. Gio, Pittsburgh and Denver.
Give me Denver. The Denver actually has a quarterback and actually has an offense that actually do something.
Be still my beating heart. You like my Bo Nix guy?
I mean, sure, he's a 10-year senior in college. I mean,
come on.
You would think he would be prepared, Derek, for the NFL. The guy's been in college for so long. I'm not the biggest fan of Bo Nix, but the offense actually has an offensive-minded coach, and they find ways to kind of move the ball. Mike Tomlin, look, I get the whole ground and pound and this and that and defense. It just hasn't worked for Pittsburgh. Sure, they've made the playoffs, but has Pittsburgh legitimately had a Super Bowl team, Rudy?
No.
Like legitimate in over a decade, probably.
Yeah, no, they haven't. I mean, even the win under Roethlisberger, I to be honest, they weren't the better team.
They had a year where they went had a good year, but yeah.
Doesn't it seem like now that Tomlin just basically gets a pass because he goes over 500 usually? Because if you look at their team, I know he has a winning record every year, but when the last time they really been a legitimate contender? Are they just giving him a pass because of who he is at this point in his career?
I think so.
Pretty much.
I don't know why it's hard to fire him. I mean,
it's no disrespect. They've only had 3 coaches, which is just crazy to think about, Rudy.
Yeah.
Knox and then Cowher and then this guy. But I think it's time. It to me, they can't get the quarterback position right, Rudy. They went with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Sure, good potential there, but that's not going to sell tickets. This is a quarterback-driven league. You need a quarterback, and right now, I just don't think they have one.
Well, we know who has a quarterback, and that is the Houston Texans. They have a quarterback. Chicago just has a guy.
You better hope the Bears don't beat them. You better hope, Rudy, they don't.
Why are you threatening me for? What did I say? I'm going 100% the Texans in this one at home. I mean, I'm not taking Caleb Williams and the Bears. The only way the Bears win is if their defense scores another 24 points. Then I will take the Bears. But I see Houston a lot better team, obviously, than Tennessee. So give me Texans to win this game. Gio, Texans and Bears, Gio.
I'm going with the upset special. I got the Bears upsetting the Texans this week. I'm going with my boy Caleb Williams.
How many touchdowns does Caleb Williams have?
It doesn't matter, Rudy, how many touchdowns he gets. The Bears, call me crazy, Rudy. The Bears will find a way to win. I don't care how many touchdowns he scores. The Bears find a way to win.
Gio, if he has 90
I think he scored. Hey, Gio, I think he throws a couple touchdowns, 2 or 3 touchdowns this game. I think he
has an opportunity. Listen, some of those passes last week, I watched them. They sailed. If he hit some of those, there's touchdowns. He hit more in the red zone. He dropped it. He could have had about 3 or 4 touchdowns last week just throwing the football. So I think they can get this offensive moving. Give the Bears an upset.
He had more balls. There were more sales in that game than there have been in regattas, man. Come on, dude. This is a terrible thing. Derek, Bears and Texans.
I think this is a very close game. Man, it's a tough one. I'm gonna say it's one of those 31-28 type games. I think Caleb plays a lot better, but I'm gonna give CJ the guy. CJ leads them down to a field goal at the end of the game, and I'm gonna take the Texans in a 3-point win.
I took the Bears last week. I'm not taking them again this week. And then we have the game of the week: Birds versus Birds, Falcons and Eagles. Oh my God, this is so bad. Kirk Cousins plays a lot better. I think Drake London has a really good game. Bijan Robinson has a decent game. So go ahead and give me the Eagles for the win and put the Falcons at 0-2. All my Super Bowl dreams and aspirations. And then seeing the hawk in my backyard, which I thought was a sign, was more of a curse than the Falcons winning the Super Bowl. But give me the Eagles to beat the Falcons. Derek, Eagles and Falcons.
Man, this is a tough one for me because I think Kirk Cousins wants to silence the doubters once again. And I know he didn't play well last week, but I know he'd also been coming off the injury. So I think it's going to be a lot tougher game, but I think the Eagles right now on another level. And I'm going to pick with Saquon back there. I think they're a much better team. So I'm going to take the Eagles.
Taking the Eagles. Gio, close this out, man.
I'm going with the upset. I'm gonna pick the Falcons this week. I think Kirk Cousins, he's been in Atlanta. He's got the gold chain there. He's probably had some Georgia peaches. Look, I think Kirk Cousins. This is a guy, Rudy, who has a bad game, and then out of nowhere, he's dicing them up. And this defense is very diceable, especially last season. So give me the Falcons somehow, some way. Falcons go to Philadelphia. And then when they better win because they can start going 0-2 and then potentially 0-3 next week. Give me the Falcons. I got the Bears and Falcons as my upset special this week.
Upset special for Gio. Bears and Falcons. I appreciate you taking the Falcons, Gio. Means that we're cursed. We're going to be losing this week. Thanks. Appreciate that very much. So we got all of our NCAA picks in. We got all of our NFL picks in. I'm going to be posting those picks for everybody to see so that way you can't say, well, you guys changed the picks. You don't know. We don't change picks here. We make the picks on Thursday so we can post them on Friday before the weekend starts for all you people out there. So what's your picks? When we post them, be sure to post them on social media alongside with us. We want to have a little running total. I'm going to see if I can get the picks from last week done. But nonetheless, man, it's going to be another great weekend of football. Texas and UTSA. As of right now, I'm going to look at that score again. 45 seconds left, 31-28. It looks like Arizona State's going to pull off the win over Texas State, which I don't know how bad that goes against the 12th team in for Texas State, but we shall see. We all remember the Stanford game. The band is on the field, so it could happen.
Hey, Rudy, you wrote me, what was it, a couple of days ago when my team was losing 17-6. You kind of turned your back on Liberty, and then what ended up happening?
Yeah, they ended up coming back.
Yeah, so you guys don't sleep on Liberty yet. I told you that's my dark horse.
Liberty is a team, and you can't forget Indiana. Gio.
Hey, Pro Football Focus has them as the top 2 team in Indiana. I mean, in the country the last few weeks. They got a big game this week. They're on the road at UCLA. Actually, their first matchup ever against the Bruins. They're favored by 2.5. If they win this week, got Charlotte next week, potentially be 4-0, bulgeable. I'm just saying. I'm calling right now, Derek. They're going to upset someone. I don't know if it's going to be Michigan, but
they beat UCLA, but I don't think that's an upset. But I think they're going to beat UCLA.
Yeah. I'll give them that. I don't know. Will they beat Michigan? That's going to be the good game. That's going to be the game.
I think this year is the year they get Michigan. I love my maize and blue, but I told you guys from the beginning of the season, I didn't believe in Florida State, and I didn't believe in Michigan, and that hasn't changed.
We're going to see. That's why they play the games. Tim brought up a point here real quick before we go. Michigan's getting a new stadium. They really are. Today, the San Antonio City Council voted to.
Oh, Rudy, are we talking about sorry to cut you off, Shannon Sharp? Or are we leaving that alone?
Well, we can. Let me mention the stadium. Yeah, the Missions are getting a new stadium downtown. But before we go, let's talk about Unc, man. You got to talk about Unc here, Shannon Sharp. Deciding I don't know if he decided to go live on Instagram or he just, like he said, it just happened. But I don't know what to think of it. Word was that he was fired from ESPN. I haven't seen that yet, but that was a word on someone's post this morning.
No.
Mistakes happen. Can we probably just say it like that? What was y'all's reaction to Shannon Sharp laying the law down on Instagram Live, basically, which the entire world heard from it.
I think it was set up. I think he did it on purpose. You don't just get on Instagram Live just by throwing your phone down.
True.
And there's got to be some buttons pushed to go on Instagram, to get on Instagram alone, and then to go live. So I think this was just to kind of kill the rumor that was going around about Shannon, as far as possibly liking the same sex. And I think this was just a publicity stunt for him. It sounds like ESPN is not going to do anything about it. They said that they're going to move forward, and there's going to be no discipline. But I think it was something that was planned. And good job, Unc. A lot of acting going on in there, but hey.
This was an interesting situation because I'm on X and I keep seeing Shannon's picture. And I said, "What is this?" And then you got to hit play. You didn't know what you're gonna watch, but you had to click play, and then you hear Shannon says his phone was hacked. Dude, it's clearly you, right? And he's obviously doing damage control and all that. And as I'm along lines of Derek, even going on Instagram right now, you have to click on that plus sign, and you have to literally tap live.
Go live.
Like the live button isn't on that home screen unless the girl did it. I have no idea. I guess it's possible, but there was those rumors. We won't get into those, but there were those rumors. And for a second, I thought, was this plan maybe to shed that to rest or to lie? There's a number of things, conspiracies, but Shannon Sharpe, I think in the long run, guys, I think next month we won't be talking about this. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, okay,
be over by the weekend.
He was embarrassed. He had a lot of calls. Chad was messing with him last night. Cat Williams called them. So it was funny, but then, if it really did happen to him, like if he really did not know, I mean, obviously it sucks, but worser things can be. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's just so hard to believe that goes live like that. So you put your phone down.
Who was Michelle? He threw a name out there, Michelle, and it just sounded like it was scripted, man. I'm just being honest.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
you have
believe
to press the photo button and then tap on
Yeah.
live. You don't throw your phone and that's what's so hard for me to believe. But hey, he says he did it.
Gets it in. Hey, Ocho, Unc gets it in. I got one this morning.
I mean, and those rumors hit hard. Like, there were a lot of stuff coming out these last 2 years, and really kind of going after him. We've seen people do that in the past. We've seen the Dwight Howard. I don't even want to go into that, but we've seen what happens with other players, and maybe Shannon thought it was just too much. He wanted to set the record straight.
Remember when he got out of his vehicle and he had the orange pouch or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Dude, Shannon has whatever you wear is what you wear. Man. I don't care. But there are some things you see. It's like, oh, okay. Like, he can be on
remember
the
they
side.
made a lot of memes came out after that, and they were so I think it was scripted, man. I think he had a conversation with someone before it happened. I don't think he would jeopardize his career like that. I think it was planned, and ESPN said they're going to move forward. So am I.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm with you guys. I'm pretty sure it was scripted. It's just too many factors had to be in there in order for it to not happen. Like you
also,
mentioned.
he goes live and he starts talking. It's so weird because, like, there's like really no pause. It's just him talking and saying what he says, and it's just like, dude, is this like staged? Like,
her moans were like really staged.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, the whole thing all over the place. Like, dude, like, if you want to tell people that you're that way because of this or that, look, people are going to believe what they want to believe. That's how it is. You're a celebrity. You're kind of the I mean, he's gone up so high since he disputed, and now
Yeah.
Hey, Gio, how long was the video too? You know, people were talking about like it
that's
was
true.
like a minute and 18 seconds or so.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too, is that what's the sequence? Are we watching the end of a 20-minute thriller, or are we watching literally it had to be the first minute? So it's like, okay, dude, like this had to be. It's just when you start reading the clues, you start putting pieces together. There's like, okay, dude, this was staged. It had to be, because it's just what sequence of you throwing your phone, Derek? Right, throwing the phone for it to go on live.
I'm trying to
That
see.
just doesn't sound right.
It just doesn't sound right, because I know y'all go live, and Rudy, you have to physically go into that plus sign and hit live. Like you just like if it was on the home screen, okay, maybe like you. But
if you
You can
forgot
pocket
to
call
lock
some,
the
you
screen
can
or
pocket call somebody. I've heard of, we pocket call people, but I've never ever been on one Instagram live without trying.
well, yeah, because you click the app, then you got to go to the record of the picture thing, then you got to go to the live button, then you got to click live. There's at least 4 steps to go live on Instagram. So, and that's a great point what you guys are making. It's like if he's at the end of his session, we'll say, well, you went live at that moment in time, like you all of a sudden just decided, well, I threw my phone down and now we're live and we're at the end of a whole session that we're having here. It's like, wait a minute, you're right, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's staged. I mean, it's 100% staged. There's no.
He's building his resume in case ESPN doesn't work out.
And even at that, even it's like, well, went live here, live here. Well, okay, so did you have to edit using CapCut because a minute long? It doesn't make. It makes 0 sense. I mean, I understand there's Minutemen out there, 100. There's a bunch of them, I'm sure, but it's the whole timing of everything. Like Gio said, it just makes no sense. Like Derek said, it's staged.
it just doesn't make sense. From what time was this? The beginning? Was it the middle? You threw your phone and then you just
all of a sudden it was happening. Like
that's what's so weird.
Takes me like 20 minutes to get my clothes off. What the hell? It's not gonna go live right away and be all getting all that way, man. Come on, there's no possible way.
To each his own. If you want to do that, hey, go right ahead. I don't care, but don't sit here and lie to us. We already have all these NFL coaches lying to us all the time. We don't need you lying.
Yeah, it is, man. So I guess around the horn, we're saying that it's scripted. That it was just
pretty much 99.9%. Maybe that 1%, maybe you give it to him, but 99.9% that this was.
You think if I DM him on Instagram that I can get him to come on Sweep and see if we can talk about, the sex video that was posted on Instagram Live?
If Rob Parker ever comes on, Derek, we can ask Rob.
That would go well with Rob.
And I'm pretty sure Rob will be on the lines of us. So.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can see that. Well, we got to figure it out somehow, but definitely one thing's for sure. None of us are going on IG Live. That's for sure, in my opinion. I know I'm not. I can't even. You have to have like 1,000 subscribers or followers to get on Instagram Live. I don't even have the option to go on Instagram Live. So, yeah, I'm gonna say it was staged. I'm agreeing with you guys. It was staged. Shannon Sharp. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. So. Till tomorrow, man, we're going to talk a little bit about the Spurs tomorrow with the Locked On Spurs episode coming out in the morning with myself, Jeff Garcia, and Jack Thompson, formerly of the Sports Star, San Antonio Sports Star. We'll talk about some betting, so hopefully we can talk to Gio and Derek about that tomorrow. Also, it's Fun Friday. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll bring up some NFL subjects, football subjects. We'll talk about anything that's going on. So for Hall of Famer Derek Irvin, who goes in about a month, right? Yeah, about a month and a few days. He goes
I was getting there a little less than 5 weeks. Yes.
I'm gonna try to fly Gio down for that. I doubt he'll do it, but he'd rather go to Cancun and all these other places, but not come down for a Hall of Fame ceremony.
Hey, Cancun's nice, Rudy.
But so is the UTSA Hall of Fame banquet. So
Indeed, it is.
It'll be nice if we can win a game this weekend.
Ah, man.
If UTSA, if they win,
I'll tell you what.
Crazy in San Antonio.
If UTSA wins this weekend, I'll pay for Gio's ticket to come down to the Hall of Fame banquet. It's on a weekend. It's on a weekend. I'm sure you can make it. I'll pay for your ticket to come down here. So we got it. We go Birds. Go Birds. We want to see Coach Gio in San Antonio at the banquet. So go Birds, man. But like I said, nonetheless, for Hall of Famer Derek Irvin, Rudy Campos Jr., and Coach Gio, till we sweep the league again, we'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Stay safe, everybody. Have a good night.
Hey there, sports fans. I'm Ashley, your go-to girl for all things sports here on Sweep the League. Welcome to our daily news reports where we'll be covering the latest updates from the NFL, NBA, WNBA, college sports, and more. We're thrilled to be a part of the rapidly growing Sweep the League network, bringing you fast and fresh news updates every day. Make sure to subscribe to Sweep the League TV on YouTube for even more in-depth analysis and discussions with our amazing team Monday through Friday. Huge thank you to our incredible sponsors in San Antonio for their support. We couldn't do it without you. So let's get started. I'm Ashley, and I'll be sweeping the league for you every day. Stay tuned for the latest sports news and updates.
Yeah, this for the family. Loyalty, respect, honor. You know what it is. STL music. Let's get it. We the ones, never folded on ourselves, no bluffing. Legacy we building, man, this ain't up for discussion. They wanted us to quit, but we dug in deep. Motivated to the fullest, dreams ain't meant for sleep. On the grind 24/7, no time for rest. We making moves, calculated like a master.